So welcome to Beards and Baseball. I got a pretty sweet beard, and we love talking about baseball. Now today we're going to talk about one of the biggest stories in baseball that is unfolding as we see the end of the season come near. There are only 10 games left in the year as of right now, and in the AL East standings we see the Baltimore Orioles one game behind the New York Yankees for the AL East title. Now this is something that's remarkable. The Baltimore Orioles haven't had a winning season in over a decade. But it's the way that they're winning that's crazy. We talked about this earlier with the Oakland A's, who hold the other wild card spot in the American League. And with the A's, we see pitching. Their team ERA is one of the best in the majors, and they just continue to pitch young guys who are just doing great. But when we look at the Orioles, there's one stat in particular that I think kind of sets the good teams above all the bad ones. And when you look at the standings, you can see that it holds true, generally. But we don't see that with the Orioles, because the one stat is run differential. And with the run differential that you've scored more than you've given up, all of the teams in baseball that have a winning record tend to have a positive run differential. You actually look in the American League East, and there are three teams that are kind of up at the top. First, you have the Yankees, and then you have the Orioles, and then you have the Rays. The Yankees and the Rays have two of the top 4 run differentials in the entire majors, so over 100 plus in their run differential. But then you look at the Orioles, who are actually 4.5 games ahead of the Rays. Their run differential, -6. They have given up more runs than they have scored, and yet they are still over 20 games above 500. This is an asinine number, and what it says is that there's just a ton of clutch hitting. So maybe there's some magic happening in Baltimore. Maybe Buck Showalter is just pulling the right strings. I don't know, but it's a crazy thing to see such a large gap in a run differential. Every other team in the majors has got a positive run differential that's in the playoff hunt. Yet the Baltimore Orioles, as of right now, with 10 games to go, are in the lead for the AL wild card hunt with a -6 differential. So keep doing what you're doing, because it's not really pitching. You've had a lot of pitchers go down. It's pretty much timely hitting, Adam Jones, and some young guys coming through. And primarily, the ability to win in extra innings. The Baltimore Orioles have the second longest streak of all time for extra inning consecutive wins. They've won 16 straight games that have gone into the extra innings. That's nuts. Only one team before, and it was 1949, has ever gone further. It was only by one game. So who knows? Maybe in the next 10 days we'll actually see the Baltimore Orioles break that as well. Needless to say, the entire playoff picture and the hunt for the playoffs is going to be a good one with only 10 games left to go.